Good morning, beauties. I want to do a super short video on how to connect to your Christ self. I talked about this a few months ago and said I was going to do a follow-up video to tell you how to get your Christ signal and get your Christ name, but I failed to do that follow-up video. My apologies. This is important because we are multidimensional beings, and we know we have a physical body, conscious mind, subconscious, soul, self, emotional body, energetic body, on and on and on and on and on. And we also have a part of us that resides in pure consciousness, God consciousness, Christ consciousness. This is important because anything inside of this matrix reality, which is not only this dimension, it could be the astral realm, even our souls are subject to trauma from past lives and can bring that with us into this incarnation. Anything that's not above all of that distortion, all of that pain, suffering, limitation is obviously not true. Real truth is perfection. Real truth is pure love. Real truth is peace, joy. And the part of us that is in that pure truth begins with our Christ self and will continue into our I am self, etc. So when we're in meditation and we want to get clear answers to our questions or clear guidance for what we should do, it's very important to set our intention to connect to the part of us that resides in that pure, truthful consciousness, the Christ consciousness. There does seem to be a universal law of the universe that Christ consciousness is a pure consciousness, and beings that are not of that, they can say they're of the light, but they can't say that they're of Christ consciousness or that they are the Christ if they're not. I didn't write the rules, but from my observation, it seems to be how it works. So if you don't want to be deceived, if some people channel beings that claim to be Archangel Michael or claim to be other beings of light, they can say that they're of the light, but still be giving you maybe 95% truth, but not 100% truth. But if you verify, are you of the Christ consciousness? Are you the Christ? Is this your Christ part of yourself? They cannot say yes if it's not true. So it's a really kind of a universal protection, a universal litmus test, standard, multidimensional standard, that if you really want to know if you're safe, protected of the true light, real truth of perfection, Christ consciousness is where you want to set your intention. And we all have a part of us that lives in Christ consciousness, our Christ self. So in meditation, you want to make that connection. Now, we all have cell phones now, but there was a time when we had landlines, and if you picked up the phone, you would get a dial tone. And that let you know that the phone line was connected. If you picked it up and there was just dead space, then you were not connected. So if you think of that, when you're getting a signal or a sign from your Christ self, it's sort of like letting you know that you're connected. And then that can become a very safeguard for you. If you want to know if something's true, you can ask your Christ self, is it true? And your Christ self can let you know by giving you your signal, or not giving you your signal because you're not in the presence of truth. So in meditation, communicate with this part of yourself and ask for a sign or a signal to let you know that that connection is in place. For some people, it's a certain sensation. It could be a tingling. It could be a warmth sensation. For others, it's more like it could be like a swaying or just like a finger movement. For me, it's a sound in my head. I don't know anybody else that has that. Some people may see a color in their mind's eye. Others may get tearing. It's just any signal in your body that lets you know that that connection is there. And then once you've gotten that connection, you can ask for a name, because these multidimensional parts of ourselves kind of have a separate identity as we continue to go up. It's a part of us, and yet they also have their own identity. So just like your soul may have had a different name in a past life, it's still you, but a different version of you. I know it's a little bit different, but hard to understand, but I hope you can understand. So And then you just, in meditation, you begin to develop a relationship with this part of you that is pure truth, pure wholeness, happiness, joy, peace, perfect. Because the truth of who you are is perfect already. We just are in this matrix reality with all of this distortion, this static, this misinformation that's even coded into our DNA now, that's in the collective, it's in our culture, it's coming out as illness and scarcity and lack, and none of that is pure truth of abundance, wholeness, joy, and peace. So ask for a name, get your signal. I do teach classes just to help people get more of these concepts of pure Christ consciousness. And also we can, as a group, verify your Christ signal and your Christ name. And then we also can also know if there's other entities coming in and do those healings, which I have another video about entity healing if you want to refer to that. So I hope this was helpful. I really want everybody to make that connection with your God self, your I am self, your divine self, your Christ self. But those words, Christ consciousness, do have a universal protection layer, and they stand for something in the other dimensions. And it's a great way to protect yourself, to know that you have a true connection, you can trust the information coming through, and you deserve it. It will help you and guide you. And I want as many of my soul family to connect in this way so that we can start shifting this world to align with that perfection, so that it comes down and gets rid of all the distortion inside of this matrix, so that we actually are creating heaven on earth and living that truth of perfection, love, joy, and peace right here, right now. Namaste, and I will talk to you soon.